FC26 is literally 2 weeks away now. Let me know down in the comments below if you're going to be taking the trip to New Zealand to get it 12 hours early. Let's get straight into it. We're going to be looking at the best goalkeepers to start off. Obviously on the front page here you have got all the top rated goalkeepers, so Cobble, Ter Stegen, Mine and Oblak, those sort of thing. If you get lucky with these in the first few days, you got your goalkeeper sorted for months and months. Well, I'm going to be looking at the more cheaper alternatives and ones which will be in your sort of starter teams. Starting off will be 83 rated Chevalier for Liao. So he does come in at 6'2", as you can see. But he does have, as you can see, two of the best playstyles being 1v1 close down and footwork. The reason you want to have a goalkeeper with footwork this year is for how much precision shooting and low driven shots are going to be so broken this year. And if you can aim them shots correct and get them to the right corners with the different finesse shot or Trivela, power shot, low drivens, you're going to be unstoppable. So you want a keeper which kind of has footwork playstyle. Coming in with 84 diving, 86 reflexes. Handling of 79, kicking 73, positioning 80 and the speed of 50. Not a bad option. He's got a very well-rounded card, especially for a starter goalkeeper. I don't think he's going to be more than about 3,000 to 5,000 coins. It'll probably be a lot cheaper after full game releases. However, French links to the Ligue 1. Got a few nice links there, especially if you're looking to Evo like Pogba. If you get players like the Marquinhoses, those sort of players, going to be very, very easy to link. Next up on the list, we have got 83 rated Alex Romero for Real Sociedad. He does come in at 6'3", so he's a bit taller than Chevalier. Really good stats with the 84 positioning, 83 diving, 84 reflexes, and 3 play styles instead. So he has got long ball plus. It's going to help you just get the ball up the pitch a lot easier and just thread the ball over the top to your strikers. Long throw, which will be beneficial just to get a quick counter throw to your wingers, as well as the footwork throw, which will help with the low driven shots everyone's going to be abusing. Just a quick note when it comes to your chemistry trials on goalkeepers, I would highly recommend you put in basic, because what it will do is it will give a boost to all the stats. Whereas if you give a glove, it'll only do the 3 of them, so only positioning, handling and diving will get a boost. Basic will just give a boost generically to all the stats, which is what you kind of want. You don't want it to be a case of only certain stats are getting boosted. Next up, for those who are looking to go down the Saudi route, and if you get lucky with the Teo Hernandez, Musa Diaby, Cancelo, those sort of players, Bonu's going to be sort of your guy. Same again, he's 6'5", so he's a lot taller than the other goalkeepers I've shown before. He's got the cross claimer, I believe it is, footwork trait to stop with the low drivens, and he's got the far throw, which is going to be beneficial, like I said, with Romero getting the counters going. Very, very well rounded card. Him, I don't see him being more than 5k, if I'm being honest, just because the links are very, very limited with that league, and he's Moroccan, so getting him on full chem you do need Al Hilal players. Attributes wise, obviously he's got 81 diving, 85 reflexes, which is brilliant, positioning 82, handling 82 as well, so he has got a very, very well rounded card. Same way if you put a basic on him, he's got a couple stats close to the 90, which is brilliant. I think he's a very, very good well rounded option. Same again, the only thing that kind of limits him is the Moroccan links and also what sort of Saudi players there are in the game. Unfortunately, Ronaldo is only 85 rated, so using him might not be the ideal, especially with him not having the great pace. When it comes to Prem, there are a fair few options with this. So starting off with one would be Vicario for Spurs, Italian as well, so if you want to link down the Serie A route for the chem, you've got that, as well as the Spurs players with Maddison, Solanke, Kudus, those sort of players. Same here, he's got footwork trait, which is brilliant, and then he's 6'4", so he's adding that height again. Really good well-rounded card to start the year. Position 80, diving at 83, reflexes 84. Can't really go wrong. So again, I don't see him being more than possibly 5 to 7k. Potentially will be a bit more or a little bit less just because of the Prem links. Mamardashvili, same again, very, very well rounded card. Obviously he got a little bit of a downgrade from not playing much last season. He's got the far throw, footwork trait, and also the cross claimer, which will be beneficial. 6'6", so he's the tallest one that I've shown as well. And same again, he's got 84 reflexes, diving and positioning, which is brilliant. Handling's 81 and kicking 72. Same again, if you put a basic on him, he's got 3 stats, close to 90 rated. When it comes to his price, I think it'd be about 8 to 13k, depending on what his price range is. However, he's got very good links with the Liverpool players, with Van Dijk, Gravenberch, McAllister, Salah, Ekatike, which I think is going to be a fan favourite for the attackers this year in the Prem. The only thing that he has is that he's Georgian, so you will need to have a full Premier League or Liverpool players to get him on full chem. The only real player that I can kind of think of that you'd link him if you wanted to go into a different league would be Kvaratskhelia. Same again, I don't think he's going to be a cheap player though when it comes to Kvar. Mamardashvili, same again, I think he's going to be one of the more expensive goalkeepers I do show, but for a starter keeper I don't think you can really go wrong if you do get him. Controversial one, he isn't good in real life, but Onana, I think he's got a very good well-rounded card to start the year. Obviously he doesn't have footwork, which is a bit of a downfall, however he's got 1v1 close down, so if you are getting caught with through balls he should be better at that. Same again, 6'3", so he's quite tall, and when it comes to his stats, obviously he's got the 81 diving, 83 reflexes. Position is only 77, but his kick is 85. Use per basic on him, it's going to boost him to the 80 plus stats on each, which is beneficial. For a cheaper alternative, I think he's only going to be about 2,000 coins, if that. He's going to be very, very cheap. United haven't got that many good players this year. The only player really that you link him to is Bruno Fernandes. However, there's a lot better options out there with the Portuguese links to Bruno to get him on full chem. But if you're looking for just a really cheap goalkeeper that will get you by for a little bit for the first few divisions, Onana might be your guy. And then another option for the Prem, which is the final one I have to speak about for him, would be Nick Pope. I think every year he's always quite broken at the start of the year because everyone's learning the game. Footwork play style, as well as him being 6'6", so he's very, very tall, same as Mamardashvili. So he would be the cheaper alternative. I don't see this card being more than 1,000 to 4,000 coins, if that. Same again, position is 78. Kicking and speed doesn't really matter too much because if you're going to kick it, you're just going to kick out the hands or you're just going to play it to your fullbacks and play the ball at the pitch. Handling 81, diving 81, reflex 82. Same again with a basic. Makes him well rounded in all the stats that's needed. If you're looking for a different option for the Ligue 1, Rulli might be a good shout as well. Marseille, Argentinian, so a couple good links. 6'2", but he has got footwork. Very, very nice card. I don't think he's going to be more than maybe 2,000, 3,000 coins, just because Marseille doesn't have too many good cards to link him to. Oliver Baumann for the Bundesliga, so if you're looking to go down the German route, I think he's a very, very good shout. Very, very well-rounded card with most of his stats being at 80 and above. This one's a bit more interesting because he does have the footwork, but he has deflector. With the deflector this year, he is meant to push the ball even further and with different animations, which will be handy as well. 6'2", so he's not the tallest. Other option would be if you went like Manuel Neuer, those sort of players. Then those could be options. Flecken I did have a look at. I think Flecken might not be a bad shout for a very cheap alternative. If you're going down the German link and German route, you want to kind of keep your goalkeeper German because it's just easy to get on chem. And finally, probably the more expensive goalkeeper out the starter goalkeepers, which aren't 86 and walkouts, would be David De Gea. He's got the far throw, but he has got footwork. He's got goalkeeper plus as a role as well, which I think is brilliant. 6'4", but if you used his team this season this year, he was an absolute menace. Very, very well rounded card, so he's got the 85 diving, reflex 87, 84 positioning with a basic. Obviously, he's got one stat over 91, one very close. Well, two very close, sorry. I don't think this card would be less than maybe 20k. Possibly for the goalkeeper, he might be a little bit less, but we'll see. But I do think he would be one of the better alternatives. Same again, Serie A does play for Fiorentina, so you would have to go mainly Serie A route to get him in. However, because he's Spanish, you can branch him off, like I said earlier, to like Pedri, Kubasi, Marino, those sort of players, which will help get him on chem if you are looking to get him in your team, but hybrid it out to different clubs. As always, if you do enjoy the video, leave a like, comment down below if you're new and if you're looking forward to FC26. And what are you going to do with your 6,000 FC points? Let me know about that as well. If you want more content, subscribe, it's free. Let me know you're enjoying the content. I'll catch you in the next one.